Hi, everybody. This is Allison from AllyKat Creations. How are you? Please, please like, share, subscribe, and hype to my channel if you haven't done so already. And if you get anything from my work, a connected an epiphany, a mind explosion, a new book to read, a new author to explore, artwork to create, please consider supporting my work. All the links are at the bottom. Not just mine, just all the people that I support, that I love, that I think have a beautiful contribution to uplifting people, places, and things. I took a shower. I'll get into it. Also hot flash, fun times. But yeah, go check that out because those people are worth and have value, and you should check those people out. Anywho, AllyKatCreations211.com is my website. Please go check it out. There you'll see Craft and Sip. It's finished. Our signs. I do candles, I do pyramids and skulls and candles. Oh my, there's so much on there. So go please check it out. I do everything privately, I guess. My hair is bothering me. Sorry, guys. Everything's bothering me right now. Whew. I have channel memberships. There you get to see beautiful things like oracle card readings. I do raffles once a month. We'll see if we get back into the flow, but when I do, you guys get a free spot in that raffle. Also, I have special emojis you guys get to use. I'm going to start updating some of them because I got better pictures and beautiful things going on in life. I also, besides doing the hour-long oracle card reading, 4D gets to work with me. Guess what, 4D? This weekend, it's dropping because of all of your beautiful advice and constructive criticism. I put it together and it's way better. So, Quantum Mechanics and Spirituality Paradigm, episode 2 is coming out this weekend. Really excited. I will also be on with Buckshot and Arnie tomorrow at 5 Central, 6 Eastern. I will be on Ripples of Waves with Janine, but also with Arnie and Buckshot. So go check me out over there. The link will be in the link section after this live is over. All the information will be there. Come hang out with us tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm excited. What a fucking day, guys. Hi, everybody. Hi, Scott. Hi, Ashmaya. Hi, Sparky. What is up, you beautiful people? It's all good. Um, crazy. Crazy. Today was crazy. Crazy. Obviously went to work, took a child to the library, and on the way, my kids don't participate in the in the rest of the schools. What would you call those? Gatherings, and we don't have an auditorium. We have a gym that is an auditorium. So we get the kids go and they have little get-togethers. What is that called? Holy crap. You see, brain fog is a real thing. Real thing. Assembly. There we go. I got it. I got it. They had an assembly today. And I did not know this because I don't go. My kids don't go to these things. Zero clue. But today I was in the hallway and I started getting congratulated by everybody. I'm like, for what goes on? Second year in a row, I got staff of the month. That's a pre-goner in my school because there's a lot of staff in my school, and it's not teacher of the month, it's staff of the month. Last year's, this year's. So that was one of those what goes on. Thank you. I didn't know I won anything. No one tells you any of these things, and then you get announced at an assembly that you're not at. And then one of the guys came into the room and took my picture. One of my little kids was being really silly. So it was a really sweet picture. I don't know if it's going to be up on Facebook on my school's Facebook page, but if it is, I will share it with everybody. Yeah, so I got staff of the month. And then I went outside today and it's really bad with the ticks and I was in the grass and everything. So like I got home and like immediately, obviously I was doing it at work, but I did a tick check and I took a shower and that's why I'm like playing with my hair. I cut my hair. So my hair is really thinning out and I'm losing it crazy and I needed to shower and make sure I don't have ticks in my scalp. Because there's some girls that have been finding ticks on them. Yeah, not me. No, thank you. Not doing it. So I won staff of the month. Get home, take a shower when I'm out and, just snacking because I haven't really been hungry. Um, who the fuck did I see? Guys, who the hell did I see today? Who? Who? Let's just get a snapshot here. Who came? Little Thor! Hi, El Sunray. Hi, Auntie Amy. And I'm waiting for it to stop raining a few days to actually like get all this gunk out of here. It's uh I'll have his video up in the morning. I did video him. I was like crying and very like emotional. Obviously his eye is healed, but this little I guess is his new look. It's cute. Um, oh, I'm so happy. I like today couldn't have been like a better day. Um, you know, going with children to the library. My one of my staff members got into a car accident. She's okay, but she's not going to be in for I don't know how long. She got back issues and we want her to be safe. So it's just been me. So like going in the hallway today and everybody's congratulating me and no idea until one of my other para friends was like, "Hey, Allie, you won." Like, what? You got staff of the month. Ah, cool. Didn't know that was happening. So very appreciative to everybody on my staff. I don't know if it's via votes, but I got one last year. Now I can add to this year. And then I come home, do the tick check, take a shower, get clean, and then little Thor. I got to fatten that little guy up. He is pretty thin for his size. He's pretty big. He's a big cat. This is baby P's poop. And don't think I'm not going to pick that up. I'm just waiting for it to stop raining. It rained all morning here. It really did. It rained all morning here. So once again, I don't like to pick up that stuff when it's drippy, nasty stuff. So I'm hoping today and tomorrow it's not going to rain so I could kind of clean up my backyard. So yeah, little Thor, here he is. I was fucking flawed. I almost cried. He came. I took some pictures. There he is. This is the cutest picture ever. So excited and happy that little Thor came back home. I don't know where he ran off. I do have my window open, like not open, but like my blinds open so I could see a cat. Hopefully, I know if he's in the cat mansion down here. It's been rough not having him around. I like to know that he's around, so I'm happy he's here. And yesterday, incidentally, I have one of those plug-in Ring doorbells. It's not a Ring where video records or any of that. My house doesn't come with a workable doorbell. So I bought one off of Amazon. You tape the damn thing to the house and then you plug in the little plugger and then you push the button and I have a doorbell. Yesterday I got home and that thing kept going off. No one was at my front door. I don't know. I don't want to know if he was. Um, there is, I just think he keeps wandering further and further away from the house because where I am, there's like a large stretch of like wooded area, and then there's the train tracks, and then there's across the street a golf course. And I know that he does go across the street. It's residential. I don't know where he would be hiding over there, but down my like if you go to my creek behind my house and it runs all the way to the train station, like the train tracks, like he could be anywhere. So I'm really happy that he's back and I hope that he hangs out in the cat mansion and that he wants to be fed and him and Baby P will have to just have discourse over who gets what first. So right before I came down to go live, I put more food, dry food in the bowl. I'm so happy. Like what a day. I can't get any better. Right? Maybe. So I'm really, really happy that he's back. I'm so excited. And again, I hope that if he does do these 3-week benders, that he finds his way back. I don't know. I just know that I started off the day like, oh, this is gonna suck because I have uh one of my staff in my room out, and it's been really a really, really, really difficult week for me, being that she's out. There's many, many, many possible points during the week that I was about to walk out of my job. And it's not necessarily, there's other reasons for it, but my teacher today brought her little one, that one of her daughter got student of the month, and she brought her little one, and the little one loves me. Me and her talk over the phone when we call during our lunch. She voice see, I'm brain fogged today, so don't mind me. FaceTimes her daughter, her 2-year-old, and her 2-year-old loves me. So I got to hang out with her 2-year-old this morning. So today was a great day. Yeah. So I'm really happy little Thor is back. I got a video. It will be out in the morning. I didn't put out the video this morning because I was running late. I'm not sleeping that much. I had a rougher night last night. Let's get into the energies. Hi, Terry. How are you? Uh, I missed Alexander Quinn put out a little bit of a statement. He put out a little statement. I didn't get to read the whole thing. I just saw it on my way downstairs. trying to grab candles and getting this self set up for later. And I'm doing a laundry. I'm just like, what else today? What else today? Hi, the big meanie. Hi, the big meanie. I am so happy he is back. I almost cried when I was filming him. I was like a loss for words. Like, you're only allowed a 3-minute video. And I've been going over it recently, and I'm like, it's gonna cut me off, but I don't care. I'm not one of these professional peoples. It's the Schumann is doing it again, so I guess I'll just show it inconveniently. Sorry, guys. We're spiking. We are spikies. Hi, Hazel. We are spikies. I know that's hard to see, but every time I go and like actually press it's not showing that we're spiking, but it's spiking here. So we're spiking. It's spiking on the rest of the charts. So boom. I know it's hard to see these things in green. I know it is. Sorry. Look over here. Right where take the finger. And then look over here. Hi, Charlene. Little Thor is back. I will show you because you're worthy of it. And for everybody joining me, hi, everyone. Hi, Mars. Hi, Mars. Oh, I will go into I know Scott shared one of my posts. I'm going to go into something as well that's hitting this area heavy. Very heavy. We're going to get into it. Oh, he did have his tunable. Let me tell you what, because of a lot of you guys helping me out, I have tuna. And it's not expired for a long time. But little Thor showed up today. Here's his little picture. His video will be out in the morning. Little Thor, my pride and joy, my outdoor baby. My shorts, my channel is really because of this guy. He's the main reason why a lot of this channel is expanding. I laugh because, but little Thor is back. That's baby Peace poop. I keep cleaning it, but we've been having rain almost every morning, and every time I go and try to sweep it doesn't get off the deck, so I have to wait for it to dry. I know it's gross, but fertilizer. But look at little Thor. His little tongue is out. He's giving his tongue out to Freya. Freya's tried already jumping out. And there's my man. And don't worry, all this is going to get clean. I'm disgusted by it myself. Yeah, he's been missing for like over 3 weeks. And I've been, he got that eye injury that's right here. He looks really great for being like decimated. Um, very happy. I mean, obviously, I don't like that some of the lid is showing, but guess what? It's an outdoor cat. He's healed. Something is going on with his on behind his paw. But I mean, he seems fine. He's a little thin to my liking because he is a big cat. But if he comes and eats every day, I'm happy. I'm happy to have him back as much as he wants to come here and eat. I always fed, this is the 3 years I fed him already almost. maybe 2.5. I don't remember. See, I'm brain fog today, guys. Brain fog. Sorry. I don't mean to lapse my memory. It's just a thing that's been happening. Really, really annoying. So I do apologize. It's not like me, to be honest. And it's creepy and scary. Um, yeah, so the energy is bat shit crazy. The magnetic field. Woo, woo, that's crazy. I know you're looking at colors, you're like, Allison, I don't know what the fuck is showing me. I'm telling you it's crazy. Take my word for it. Just take my word for it. It's banana nuts. Banana nuts. I'm gonna look at the solar. Oh yeah, we got flares incoming. I love that, Charlene. That's awesome. I also do think that he has another owner, but I question why they're not taking him in. I would take him in. It's just he doesn't want to be captured. I've tried, obviously different methods to getting him in a cage, but I also, once again, have raccoons and possums, and I don't need to capture something that could get Freya or me hurt. So I have to be very diligent in if I really this summer I'm off. I haven't gotten another job just yet. If I could get him and get him to the vet because he does need to be looked at. I don't want what happened to Odin happening to Freya. I was devastated when Odin passed away from FIP. You guys were here for that. For most of you were here for that. I was devastated because I just adopted him, and 6 months later he's gone, and he was only 3. And Freya's 3, and Freya is like my everything. And I, there's no way. And not to say that little Thor doesn't deserve a home, but he needs to get checked out. And if he doesn't want to be caught, I can't force him. And I'm just happy that there is another person helping and taking care of him. Period. And God said, let there be light. Emissions. Dun 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 dun. Sorry. I'm a little wonky. We're spiking. We're spiking. We're spiking right now. The sun, it doesn't look as active. There is ejections happening. Why do I make that sound? Allison's crazy. No, I'm not. What the fuck is that? Boop, 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 boop. Is that a UFOs? Is that a UFO? Is that a UFO? Woo woo. Is that a UFO right there? Boo doo. I bet you it is. Oh, Allison, that's this planet. The sun is a freaking Stargate. It's a portal. How do I know? I was in it. Oops. Yeah, there is a channel out there. There really is. There's a channel. We're gonna get to Justice Mars. We're gonna get there. I promise you. There's a lot going on around here. Crazy day. I'm just unraveling. Um there was a channel on YouTube. I don't know if it exists anymore. I want to say 2 to 3 years ago. that was looking at that chart that I just showed you. That's chart that once again, the Schumann and the solar UKP index and all of that stuff has been out for ages. This is not new stuff. I've been watching the Schumann resonance forever. I mean, a greater part of the last 12 years, I've been watching it. So this is like new, not new. Someone out actually had a channel, and every anomaly that they saw, they got definitely different high-end visions of it and like made videos of it. And I can't for the life of me figure out who that was. Because I would go and try to snapshot some of the info that they were putting out on their channel. But hi, Selma. How are you? Blessings. I'm just going to unravel some energy. We are going to tap into some of the oracle cards soon. We love you, Amy. Please, let's give our prayers to Amy. She's going through some rough difficulties in her life. We love her, and we send her so much love and energy. We love you, Auntie Amy, and little Thor loves you too. Loves you. Girl, before you leave, Cinco de Mayo, did you have Taco Tuesday on Taco Cinco de Mayo Day? Guys, Cinco de Mayo was on Taco Tuesday. There's no fucking way. Have to have tacos. Tacos are the best. Crazy. Crazy. Bananas and pajamas are going down the stairs. Okay, hang on. Allison. Okay. Obviously, I'm not going to show these. Oh, good girl. We all need a cry, girl. We all need a good cry. Did Steven make the chat? If you're in there, hi, Steven. Okay, so let's tap into some energies right now. We'll definitely get to cards, don't you worry. You're working toward things that will bear fruit for a lifetime. No more roller coasters of emotions and outcomes. If it's a maybe, it's a no. Move into people and things that inspire you, motivate you, lead you, and desire you to. You put in too much work not to be in an environment where you are valued, trusted, and seen. This is no time for half-truths. Move with intention. Move toward your dreams. The universe is prepared to make them reality. Show up fully. So Mars, what's interesting about your comment is that the people who can no longer hold the frequencies of what is now here is transcending. And it's happening in waves, just like Dolores Cannon projected that we're coming in waves of volunteers. There are waves of people that can no longer hold the frequency of the planet of Gaia's consciousness and is moving on because they are short circuiting. We are electromagnetic fields. So, yeah. Yeah. So hang on to your hats. I got to get to spiritual cachet. Also, oh, okay, this is important too. Divinely timed messages and powerful realization. Today, intuition, manifestation, energy, and emotional awareness intensify as the moon connects with Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto within the same day. Thoughts feel charged. Sensitivity increases, dreams become vivid, synchronicities appear everywhere, and conversations carry hidden emotional meaning that feels deeply significant. You may have noticed somebody, whether romantic, friendship, or even someone recently you met, continuously entering your awareness, unexpected messages, songs, or sudden emotional pulls for a much deeper reason than first understood. Throughout this energy, the universe sends louder signs through perfectly timed lyrics, random coincidences, intense deja vu, ooh, magnetic encounters, instinctive knowing, and emotional charge moments that instantly shift your perspective. A sudden soul recognition surrounding somebody from your past or present could arrive unexpectedly, bringing a completely different understanding of the connection and why it keeps reappearing within your awareness. Hidden emotional truths also become easier to recognize around this time because the universe is actively guiding your attention toward relationships, conversations, opportunities, and experiences deeply aligned with the future opening up for you now. Pay close attention to what repeatedly finds you. What's finding you guys? What's finding you? Spiritual cachet. And why a lot of you that are here just for oracle card readings and stuff, I'm reading the energy from the things that I align with, because when I pull the cards, it would be very much similar messaging. Because a lot of these things are very similar in their messaging. And the energy is collective. So, spiritual cachet, one of my favorites. This doesn't happen all at once, and it was never meant to. What you're moving into isn't a switch that flips. It's gradual easing into an authenticity that has always been yours, but rarely given this much room to breathe. You're not becoming someone new. You're learning to feel safe inside the most original version of yourself without shrinking back into the once felt familiar. There will be moments of clarity that surprise you, and moments where the old pull returns, not to undo you, but to show you how far you've already come. Both are part of this. Neither is a setback. What's happening beneath the surface is reunification. The parts of you that learn to split in order to be accepted are slowly finding their way back to each other. Not forced, not rushed, drawn together by the same truth that's been holding you through all of this. This is deeper than change. It's remembering what wholeness feels like from the inside. Be patient with yourself here. Be gentle with the parts still finding their footing. You're not almost there, you're already in it. Higher self merging. Incoming higher self. Higher self coming, merging, merging. It's happening. I know for myself it is. Yay. You are capable of creating positive change in your life. Even small decisions can lead to significant transformation. Trust your ability to move in a better direction. Your powers begin with choice. It's all a choice. How you think, how you feel, it's a choice. The energy you carry into a room is the energy the room returns to you. You are not just a participant in your life, you are the atmosphere of it. When you move with calm confidence, doors open differently. When you speak from a place of genuine worth, people listen differently. When you show up as someone who already belongs, the world arranges itself to confirm it. You set the frequency, set it high, and watch what rises to meet you. Sí, señoritas. Mars, that's funny. Truth. Truth. We love you, Miss Amy. Today is Friday. And the moon is slowly approaching its last quarter. May this remaining half illuminate your path in ways your eyes cannot yet fully see. May this day return love back into your spirit, because sometimes miracles do not arrive as things. They arrive as good people with gentle hearts, quiet prayers, unexpected kindness, and moments that remind you life has not forgotten you. Let this be the day you smile even through difficulty, just to confuse what has been trying to weaken your spirit. Let the sunrise remind you that every day is sacred beginning, proof that you survived the night, the pain, the silence, the battles no one knew you were fighting. Let the sunset remind you that your effort was enough for today, that there is beauty in releasing what you cannot carry forever, and grace in allowing yourself to rest. Feel today's air deeply. Look at the sky carefully. Remember who you are and where you come from. You know your path was never easy. You know how many times you almost gave up, and still you are here. Still breathing, still hoping. There is still a journey ahead. Still mountains to climb. Still pages waiting for your name to be written across them. Let your spirit remain unshaken. Let your faith refill what exhaustion tried to empty. Your hour is approaching closer than you think. And one day the tears that fall from your eyes will not come from pain, but from joy too overwhelming to contain. May peace overflow through your heart like light through an open window. May your soul never forget how powerful it is to survive and still remain kind. May what is meant for you locate you without confusion or delay. May your spirit bloom in places where darkness once tried to bury you. May your heart carry a warmth so deep that even the coldest moments in life fail to silence your light. And may this Friday leave something beautiful inside you that the world can never take away. So, yes, there's a lot of energy flowing right now, and a lot of it is just living in your moment, bringing the capacity to open up to the changes that are incoming, not from just internal, external, internal, external. Period. Period. Why? Matters. I'm going to shuffle some cards and get my energy on them. So, I live in a part of Indiana that they're trying to put data centers everywhere, not just in one town, all up northwest Indiana. And 2 days in a row now, I got on my feed. So the town beneath me, I've always said since starting working for the school system here, I'm like, oh, the mafia owns this town. Everything is mafia-esque. I'm not saying the real mafia. Well, I can say that now because there was the feds have been in my area. I've been watching them go up and down my block for weeks. You know what a Fed car looks like. And they've been going up and down my block. I'm on a semi-major road. One of the restaurants, it's a steakhouse, had a federal investigation for illegal gambling. Cool. Mafia ties. So Alice is not so far off in speaking the mafia thing here. Okay, cool. Then the other day, the town below me, these city councils, and you get to talk at these things and go up to your board and all these people that you fucking did not put into office. You didn't vote for them motherfuckers. They were installed. Just my opinion. One of the guys is going through some legal issues right now. He used and exercised his First Amendment right to tell the town to kind of shut the fuck because of their fuckery and shenanigans. They retaliated against him. Somebody on the board who was an attorney got a mugshot from this dude and then started smearing, campaigning the guy. I'm still allergies, guys. Hang on. So now he's suing the town, but he's also trying to shine light like I pay property taxes. I pay all of you motherfuckers. Why isn't my words not good enough to be spoken in a public forum? I'm allowed to exercise. I'm a resident of this place and I have concerns. And if I cannot be able to express my grievances against my own government, then what the fuck good are all of you? And a bunch of other people, I get little short videos of other people saying very similar things, like we're being retaliated against because we're talking our minds and we're really telling you how corrupt the system here is. This is a town below me. Today on my feed, the data centers, there's a guy who did not want to say his name. He shouldn't have to. In order for you to talk in these things, you have to provide an ID. You have to provide that you live in the town to show up to a town council meeting and have the privilege to speak. The guy was only exercising his First Amendment right and was arrested on no founding laws that they got him on trespassing after the fact that he's like, I had to show you my ID. Most of these places, in order for you to speak. I don't know about this town, but this is the town over to the side of me where the data center is going. And the guy's like, I live here and I shouldn't have to have my name on town records. I don't care. I'm just expressing my First Amendment right. I pay property tax. I pay you fucks. And basically got arrested. So the corruption, I want to say whatever I can capture loud and proud, I want to blast it all over my social media because I've known this, most of you known this living in towns, and this is my first go around at living in a town with councils and boards and bullshit. You should be able to go about your grievances. No one has to agree with your grievance, but you should not get penalties, repercussion, and legal battles over them for just exercising your First Amendment right. Or maybe the mafia really does own all these upper Northwest Indiana towns. And it's just a matter of time for people to be transparent about that. People are installed, your vote doesn't matter. No offense to anybody who thinks their vote does, it does not. These people are paid off to give you a program and an agenda to steer. Let the money wars begin. Buckshot! Yes, I'm so excited. I get to be with Buckshot, hanging out with Janine and Arnie tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central and 6 Eastern on Ripples of Waves with Janine. We'll be pulling I know I'll be pulling some Oracle cards. I don't do tarot, and I know Buckshot likes his Oracle deck, and we can just coexist all together. Arnie's cards are definitely going to come out for me. Really excited. I miss you, Buckshot, and I'm so excited to hang out with you tomorrow. Um, yay. Um, Beep. Buckshot, do you have open carry over there? I know. Buckshot, if you can open carry over there, I would get a poo poo, a pew 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 in your car. Just we never know what's going on around here. Just let's be honest. If I had to DoorDash in this area, fuck my life. I've already been a passenger for that, and I know not to do it. Uh, okay, okay. Just be careful. Pepper spray. You need a deterrent, my friend. I worry. I'm shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. What's up, Artie? So excited. Arnie and Buck are gonna be hanging out with me and Miss Janine. We get to have some balanced energies. I'm really excited. I love them. We haven't done a show all together now in forever. Really excited to be with them. Really excited. I love everybody. But here's where I'm going with all the political set nonsense. Look here and now over there. I might add okay, so the weapons I really, really, really want are really expensive. My pew pew is expensive. My pistol is expensive. Oh, but I'm worth it, ain't I? I'm worth it. I want a Rose Sig M4. It's pretty. It matches my Rose Sig P6 365. I also want a Sig 211 PTO GTO, sorry, GTO 9 mil. It's pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. And it's 211. I can't say no to that. But they're expensive. It's an investment. Oh, I would love a laser pool. I mean, they do exist. I'm not gonna lie. I think those exist. Um, the data centers around here, I'm gonna be honest with you. When you think about Indiana, Northwest Indiana, we're in the Rust Belt. You could go and look up the history of Gary and how it's like depreciated. And there are $1 million homes in Gary, by the way, off of Lake Michigan. Huh. But there are parts of Gary that I have driven through that are fucking scary. Do not go there at night. And it's just like walking the South Bronx at night. You don't do it unless you're in the hood and you know people and you live there. Otherwise, like you're an outsider, do not fucking cross the border. So I don't go up there at night. Unless I'm going up the same road around the corner from me goes all the way up. Unless I have to go to the highway. Otherwise, no. Um, I mean there are areas in Gary that don't have their stoplights don't work. There's no stop signs either. So it's like move at your own risk. And there's potholes everywhere. There's no lighting. It's dangerous. So, anywho, there, if we looked at the downfall of Gary, And then we're seeing that a lot of up here isn't like mid-central Indiana, where what do you equate Indiana with? Farmies, E-I-E-I-O, and wooden bridges. And Michael Jackson's house. And Indianapolis run the Speedway. Okay, cool. Uh, I'm not talking about Indianapolis. I'm talking about the rest of Indiana. You're thinking corn and soybeans. You're thinking majestic farmland and tumbleweed. That's what I mean when I moved out here, like I went toward where I could get to Chicago because I'm a city girl and I need to be close to a city, even though I've never been to Chicago. I've driven semi close to it, but not in it. Um, and the thing about what they're trying to put up here with the data centers is spiking the gas and electric bills up here like bonanza. Our gas prices here are higher than the rest of the state and a lot of other adjoining states. We're seeing infrastructure. They tell you it's going to be for this, but it's not. Like Indiana is run by the Chicago Mafia and it needs to stop. And natural resources, what does Indiana have? A fuck ton of lakes, rivers, and you got Lake Michigan, very close by. Um, I'm not that close to it, but comparatively where I live, the data center is literally going to be like a mile or two in that direction. For anybody that knows JQ, really close to him. And I'm not that far from them. So it's going really close to him, and that's a very concerning thing for anybody because of the industrial waste that does come from it. I saw episode I saw something again, brain fog, Allison brain fog. I saw an article or a video from a woman who was showing you, I think down in Georgia, that every piece of piping into that house that leads to the water source is tainted. They have to distill or get filtered water from everything to even go shower because of how infested and how nasty the piping has become because of the data center. A lot of the frequencies people are concerned with, and you're taking away farmland. Yeah, there is a fuck ton of farming up here, and it's not just corn and soybeans. There's a lot of other things that are grown here in Indiana that people have invested a lot of time and effort to build. In the area that they're trying to build, there's an apple farm, there's strawberry and blueberry picking farms. There's a lot of agriculture up here as well. There's horses and cows and goats and cutie little patootie chickens. And all of this is threatening up here. Now, here's Allison's thinking. If you have followed my quantum AI and metaphysical ponderings videos, why do we need a fucking infrastructure for that? When quantum has everything down to little nanoscales. You don't need such a huge fucking building to house all this nonsense when the quantum world is right around the corner and we're not going to need those data centers. So, for many of you who are speculating and postulating it's for something else, I'm on the fence. I'm with you on that. It is definitely not a data center. Harvesting center, sure. But I'm going to tell you what, I don't like it. And I'm going to start looking for another locality. I love, look, I'm happy where I am and to an extent. But what I'm not happy with is being super close to a data center. Even though it's not in my particular town, but it is next to me in the town next to me. It is in a place where I can be affected by its radiation and its frequencies. I just moved out of New York and I could tell you I spiritually increased my capacities and my abilities tenfold for being out of that EMF nightmare. That's called New York. I did not see the UFO disclosure. I only saw a meme on it. I mean, I'm happy that industry is coming to the United States or coming back. We're updating infrastructure, we're updating we're updating. But here's a big problem. There's a lot of centers and what the fuck? Do we really need them? If they're using the already fiber optic cables that are underground that these assholes made a fucking huge ass sinkhole in my driveway. You don't need data centers for quantum. You don't. And what are we using data centers for? AI that's running mostly off of in the eventual future quantum systems. So for anybody out there that can argue with me, well, there's quantum computers. Okay, still under classical machinery. Japan and China and South Korea, most likely some other countries, including Russia and many others of the like, have quantum computing already. And I bet you they're not building these data centers. So there is being housed other crap. What that is, I don't know. I'm with you on that, Mars. I absolutely am with you on that. I'm not against technology, but what I'm just stating that with all the articles that I read about the quantum world really becoming solidified and being brought into manifestation, quantum systems don't need data centers. There's no need for that. And for these big facilities to stifle and stiff the taxpayer, it's a monopoly of bullshit they could wipe my ass with. We do, Arnie. Technology is here to stay, and we all know that, but it's how we're using the technology and what we're using it for that matters. Um, and collectively, we get to choose. This is our as much as I say things are determined in your world, yeah, the timeline in which you experience is also a choice. You get to choose what dynamical life you want to lead. You get to choose the timeline in which you're experiencing. You wrote the fucker. So if we want to write different modes and methods of how things are going to play out for us individualistically, for some of us, we might move closer to Amish land, where they're already back in the day, rooted in nature, rooted in this simple structure, simple dynamics of living. We can always go around there and learn their methods. If we're very into technology and the advancement of things, we might want to find ourselves moving to a place that isn't going to be scattered with bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm just saying from my experience reading quantum technological, quantum computing articles, yeah, they're still figuring out decoherence and decay from some of these systems, but not to the scale of a humongous data center and holding storing technology. Like, what the fuck? is that. I'm being honest. You don't need a huge ass building and sucking the natural resources out of communities for data. There's a data center or a CIA hideout on Thompson Street in Manhattan. There's a building with no windows. I used to pass it every day and got the heebie-jeebies and creeps from passing by in a bus every day. So yeah, there's a lot. I mean, the Indiana governments and town councils and boards and all this bullshit is being exposed for all being Ponzi schemes. For being a mafia tied. And I'm not saying that everybody on a board or a council is any of that. I know there's plenty of people that participate in that. I'm not saying you're a part of the mafia. You're not a part of the problem either if you're there for change, but there are some people that under the table receive a lot of coin or a lot of, hey, do this for me and I'll do that for you, favoritism. And this is how I'm seeing my town being run. It's who the fuck you know and not necessarily the skills that you have. I obviously I'd be making way more than I make for all the knowing knowledge that I have in my field. And actually, today, the physical therapist who has her PhD was like, I don't need to be there on Wednesdays or whatever because the paraprofessional in the room knows what she's doing. I'm not a fucking PhD and I'm not getting a fucking six-figure salary to do my job. I'm just a servant in the eyes of the system. I'm not a PT. I know what I'm doing, but what? Pay me. I'll do whatever you need me to do if you pay me. I have worth and value. I think solar farms are also fucked. We saw again in Indiana down near where I go shooting at the range, outdoor range. There is a fucking solar farm ripped to shreds by a tornado. And you know, Max Velocity the other day was like, Tornado Alley isn't moving. Not necessarily, it can't move. It's an area that happens to have tornadoes. But what is changing is our climate. I'm not for climate change theory, guys. I'm not. But there is something to say when Illinois is leading the pack in tornadoes and not Oklahoma or Texas, who has a lot more spread out land and who always sees tornadoes. Always. Kansas, always. These places see them all the time. It's normal. Indiana, southern Indiana usually gets all the tornadoes, not northern Indiana. Yeah, they do happen here, but not as frequent as it been, and we're not even done with tornado season. So I mean, yeah, that whole farm, the solar panel farm that happened in the next county down for me, ripped apart, ripped to shreds. Now, if you're using solar in your house, I don't see a problem with that. You're not farming it, you're using it. And I could tell you what, if they were farming this energy, I didn't see any reprieve on my electric bills. If that's really the purpose of it, I didn't see anything. I I'm one person. I'm not home 8 hours a day for the most part during the year. My heat, normal. My air conditioning, if I put it on, minimal. We have windmills here. They go down with the weather too. They kill birds. We need to get to free energy, and it's happening in many other locations. They're testing it out. I know in Finland and the Netherlands, they're testing it. These things are not that far off. And let's say in the next 10 years, we're going to start seeing a lot more happening. But it's up to us to feed the positive shit and not the negative, because we would be feeding our energy into parallel timelines that don't really serve us any good. Focus your energy where it counts. I just know from what I've experienced living in New York City for 39 years that I was super spiritual. I had my connectivity to my higher self and to source and what I channel. But as soon as I moved out here, the last 3 years has been incredible in my ability journey, my knowledge base. I could breathe. Even though my allergies are really, really bad right now, the air is cleaner up here comparatively to New York City, not upstate. Upstate is gorgeous. I did not want to yawn, but it's happening. Don't worry. I'm getting these cards found in the book because we're gonna read it. We're gonna read the energy collectively. I mean, but let's look at the energy that I've been reading, you guys. That's why I start off with that. Change is here. Grab the bull. Literally, we're in Taurus season. Grab the bull by the horns. Grab it. Yank it. Move with it. If you're in Aries, grab the ram by the horns and run with that shit. Change is here. We're seeing more and more people looking at the fuckery, the shenanigans going on in our world, and really, for most of us, we don't need this information. People who are grounded in the 3D, linear time space, classical physics, that's who needs the bigger expanded consciousness. And for really good reasons. Because they don't see the fuckery. They're not seeing the shenanigans. And it's not to say, oh, you're a tinfoil hat person. Sure, I don't care. I'll claim that with love and light. The idea is, where are we putting our attention to? And right now, the attention on most media is disclosure. Why? People need to be eased into the understanding that these things have been here. They're not going to come and steer that narrative anytime soon. But those of us who already know they've been here, we are their offshoots. They're us, we are them. They've been here. Most of them run the government. Some of them don't. Some of them are the negative polarity. I'm not negating that the negative polarity doesn't exist. Oh, it does. And that's what we're facing right now. And in order for us to do different, get different results from every epoch that we are concurrently living that failed, we got to do shit differently this time. And we've been given the opportunity to prove that we can. We've approached the same shit the same way over and over and over again. Atlantis went down because the light workers took their fucking pretty time. that would probably include half of you and myself, to try to get over the distortions of the negative polarity. And Atlantis sunk because the energy being harnessed and harvested was of the negative like. And it went down. We were a little too late to save the day. Lemuria showed us that we need balance. We could be super fucking la-di-da peaceful and a beautiful cultivated society, but you still need to be defensive, and you can't just let people take your shit. And that system went down too, because it needed balance. You, in the third dimensional sense, need contrast. You need to balance your shadow and your light together. And you have to co-create it equally in balance. And right now, we're here, many of us are here to balance that equation for the light, because it's too heavy and dark. We're in a negative polarized planet, and we're shifting the bitch to positive. We still have to hit the neutral point. It's not this or that. We got to hit a neutral point in order for the light to actually take its standing spot. The feminine energy needs to come in, not to wipe away masculinity, to balance it. We do need masses, but this is what a lot of the disclosure that we call disclosure is helping people wake up. Now more than ever, people in Indiana, especially in the towns around here, are seeing the negative effects of these centers and of their bills. I am paying a fuck ton of money. My job would have been fine with what I make if my bills were substantiated and able to be paid. I wouldn't have had cried for months, years, saying, holy crap, I can't pay my bills. Why? Because things are so expensive. They were never like that. And now it's normal to have $4.85 gas. That's not normal. It is not. And it's just people taking advantage. And now people are finally seeing the shenanigans. They're finally waking up that your vote never mattered. It's not because you didn't put a vote in the box. It doesn't go anywhere. People are bought into government. Why does someone need thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars to run a campaign? You should just do it on merit alone. If you're a good person and you have good skills at something that will help your town, your city, your councils, you should not be poo-pooed away with all these, everything is a fucking fee and everything is a goddamn tax. Yeah, Mars, it's beautiful because it's the truth. Well, that's not my lane. Not everybody is going to be in the same lane, but when you show up to these things and you speak your First Amendment right, you're stepping up. When you see something going wrong that you have an adamant truth to, that your belief system is saying, well, I don't like this and I don't want it in my town. Well, you have every right to stand up and protest. More people are starting to see it because it's hitting them where it hurts the most, and that's the pocketbook. And a lot of us have been feeling this for years and seeing it and visualizing how could we turn this around and speaking up and writing our Congress people, but they again all bought. There will become a day where maybe the Articles of Confederation and wiping all the fuckery out and starting anew. will happen. No idea when. But it affects us on a spiritual level big time. Because when you're stressing out about how to put food on your table and how to pay the bills and how to keep your needs met, not saying you need a filet mignon and lobster tails, not saying you do, but just simple stuff. Having your garden not be contaminated with bullshit. Wouldn't that be nice to get actual fertilized soil that's not all chemicaled? Or the chemtrails blasting stuff in the field of air that is now getting contaminating your food. Shit could be as organic as you can claim it on a package. Is it really? Everything is contaminated. But here's the beautiful thing that you could do. Speak frequency into your food. Speak frequency when you cook. Use as much as you possibly can inorganic, but knowing where the source of that organic comes from. That's beautiful, Sparky. And that I'm seeing it in my school system, right? I saw it when I was trying to get hired. It's all about what the fuck? Why can't I get a job? I'm coming from a city with a fuck ton of experience and I can't get a job. And I'm seeing all the crazy things that are going on. I speak intention into everything that I eat, and if not, I'm putting my hands on my food. I'm intending. I'm putting it out in my field. I got a nice little machine for my birthday, and I'm going to tell you what, this shit works. We're going to see more and more people start getting the cojones to stand up. There are people that can no longer, and I'm seeing it here more so because you're seeing people's right, their First Amendment right, they're getting arrested for speaking their minds. And this is just on data centers and some other bullshit that's happening in the town below me. But people are like, what the hell? And more people are starting to see the bigger picture with all of this. A lot of us already had this picture painted for us 10 to 15 years ago. We already saw this. We spoke it out, but until people are going through it, it's hitting their wallets. And it's not just the poor person, it's hitting the rich people too, or the people just, in upper middle class experiencing this shit. And they're like, wow, how can my business thrive if my gas prices are $5 plus? How can my business thrive if everything is being tainted with shit? Hi, Miss Sid. Well, that's the problem. We never had a jury of our peers. I tried going to jury duty last year, and that did not work. I got gold. Bye-bye. You get a paycheck. Yay. My aunt is messaging me. Interesting. Okay, anyway. For those of you who are just joining me, little Thor made his little cutie patootie ass come back in my life. Sorry, that was a bald eagle with sound. We don't want sound here. Little Thor, my little black kitty cat, outside baby, came back today. He came back today, warm and fuzzies. We love little Thor. He is back in my life. He came back today for some foods. So fucking happy, and you'll hear it in my voice. I didn't even know what to say. I tried to sing and I was just so overwhelmed with joy that my little baby is alive and well. He's okay. He's a little thin for my liking. Um, Obviously, yes, it's summer and there's some shedding, but yeah. Little Thor is, I'm hoping now going to stick around this area, if not underneath my deck or in the cat mansion that's in the back here. I hope he hangs out. I really do. That made my day to see him today. And then I go to work, and for the second year in a row, I'm staff of the month. Second time. Two, dos, second time. I get an award. That's hard to get around these parts. Really excited. I got staff of the month. Now I can go out for dinner. Yay. But yeah, I got staff of the month and I had not a bad day. Came home and had to do a tick check and take a shower. And then I get out of my shower to have a little bit of a snack. I was having a hot flash and little Thor, I saw a little black cat coming up the deck. I'm like, ah! Ran to my kitchen and get some tuna and some food and put it out for him, and so excited. Super excited. We all have to create the better things. We have this energy momentum going for us right now. All the things I was talking about are negative, but in a brighter sense, it needs to be transmuted. We all have the capacity to transmute by not giving it its energy. But we have to be aware that this is going on, as messed up as it is, because it does affect us in certain ways. But let's not feed negativity. Let's transmute the bitch. Let's speak intentions into your food, into the water. I've been playing Pure Tone Hurts in the shower. I got my Bluetooth speaker. I find Pure Tone Hurts and I let that shit go on blast. And it helps me realign everything. I went to a gong bath, phenomenal. I was vibing for almost a day. It was amazing. I have to get to a sound bath. They just do them during the week. And I'm usually exhausted by the time they go. Anywho, put a Bluetooth speaker. You don't need to have a bath to have the effects. You're playing it in the room. It might be a little hard to hear, so play binaural beats if the pure tone hurts you, or find tones that you can withstand, and take a shower and do your grounding. It's great. We have the mother, the first archetype, the great mother, the feminine, the source. We begin our archetypical story with the mother's love. Through her sensual, fertile, and life-giving energy, all creation takes form. Regardless of our birth story, each of our hearts beat from the first time in the warm womb of the mother, where she offered resources from her body for the building of our own. Yet her tale is not so simple. As a mother, especially on the earthly plane, contains both light and dark aspects of the feminine within the best of intentions. The mother wraps her loving arms around her creations and begins to grip what she meant to set free. The mother both nurtures and prohibits growth. She gives yet clings. She creates yet restricts. Amid this complex energy, the mother holds the key to the eternal challenge of love. I will get into that in a minute, Miss Sid. Glowing, generative, creative nurturing. Okay, let's go back. Yes, happy Mother's Day. This weekend is Mother's Day for mommies. That could be any fur mama out there, any mamas out there. Happy Mother's Day. And even if you are estranged from your children or things are just not happy right now with your relationships, I know some people we all have different dynamics. You still birthed a creation. Celebrate yourself. Um, yes. So a sound bath for general population is singing bowls. I've been to a few of them. I love them. The singing bowls. Uh, some people, more shamanistic people, will do the rain sticks and the beads, the shaking of the beads, wind chimes. Um, Wind chimes are also a part of the sound bath. So you're in a room and you lay down and you start getting into meditative state. And then they start tuning in the singing bowls on the different frequencies. And it takes you through a journey. And then you'll have rain sticks or anything with beads and drumming and gong. I go to a pure gong bath. So only the gong is playing and is phenomenal. Love the gong bath. It resets me. It really helps my energy field. Um, it's even better in a pool, I can tell you that much. Love sound baths. You can find them and I get a lot of people like, well, it's just started on YouTube and listen, not everybody has, some of these places charge a lot of money. The place that I go to for the gong bath or even any of the other things that I go there for, it's donation based for the most part. Find places, every community for the most part will have these things. But if you don't have a place near you or they're charging and it's the one and only, you can find this stuff online and it doesn't need to be on YouTube. There's other places that have sound baths that you can listen to with good earphones and get the energy. I have wind chimes upstairs. I tried playing them on here. I have to get a different microphone and fuck around with the settings because I have a drum. I have a few drums. I have skin drums, but I also have I forgot what it's called. I have a kalimba. I like sound. And I think it's very healthy for you to shake up your energy field. Really good vibrations. Love them. Someone that I know, a lot of you might know as well, is a sound healer in Wisconsin. Um, got their certification and is doing it. Uh, I, I can't wait for the day we don't need certifications on things, that your actual knowledge in doing it and playing it. And sure, you get guidance because sometimes you're not doing the right thing or in the right succession, but it's all a learning process. But certifications, heaps. Everybody has a different perception of what works. But just having the knowledge base on it is great, I would assume. And please go check out on my other videos, Divine Sunflower Tarot. She's uploading a ton of amazing readings all the time. Love watching Sid. I 9 times out of 10 I'm at work and I get to have a little like 2 second like, oh, okay, cool. And she posts a lot of shorts, which helps me at work. All I do is work. But Really amazing channel. Go check her out. Please support her. Arnie in the chat, he actually creates oracle cards. I cannot wait. This summer, I am going to order his Lyran cards. Cannot wait for those. I'm a fur mommy. I'm a fur mommy. But I have Fluid Pour Patriot. He sent me a video of him lighting my candle. Hi, Greg and Lisa, if you're out there. They have their Fluid Pour Patriot. He does artwork. I I'm not the only artist, and I like to showcase all the people. Mr. Scott in the chat, he's going to take you through babies, little kittens who are in Utah having fun. Love the gong. Love the gong. I am so happy that I got an opportunity to go to do a gong bath and that it's in my area. Not that close to my house, but close enough. So excited and happy for that. And I recommend, and like I said, go look at metaphysical healing centers. I am really excited. I want to try a sound bath in a Himalayan rock salt cave. There's a place, not maybe a half hour away from here, that has a healing center, but it's in a salt room. They have salt rooms that it's like they made it look like a cave, and they do sound baths in there, and I want to try that. There's a lot of healing centers. You just have to go and find them. Some of them are donation based, some of them are very expensive. Sometimes you'll get a Groupon, or they do a deal for Mother's Day. You never know. Go check those out, because and it's nice to be around other people as well. It's nice to get out. It's nice to be around people. It's nice to have different like minds being in a room, and although they're clearing different things and aligning different things, it's just nice to be around other people that are semi like-minded to you and that are into the same things as you. Charlene, you're so cute. So Allison, I'm gonna go into more. I've been playing with the infinity mirror. We're gonna get there. The next archetype card that we have, and this has been coming out frequently for us, the lover. The heart, the beloved, the devoted. Pulsing through the heart of the lover is gratitude. The lover appreciates and experiences the world through the senses, revealing in beauty, song, art, music, sense, and sensuality. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey. Kiss a lover or speak gentle words to a child. The lover lingers in foreplay, aroused not by the getting there, but by the slow merging of self and another. This energy is usually experienced for short periods of time, as in order to feel it, we must be fully present and awake with no expectations or rules about what should be. Rather, the lover is in awe of what the world presents, revealing in the glorious details, grateful to savor every last drop of life's offerings. I have not done a float tank. I got to find where they do them, though. Connection, expansion, devotion, and awe. Yeah, I got to drive a bit, but I think life is about having experience. And I think it's worth giving ourselves when you have the extra funds, or you get a Groupon, or you get a discount and you go and have an experience. It's for your soul. We all need different things too on a spiritual level to ground. Like for me, grounding is not going to happen when I step onto the grass and touch the tree. Yes, it is grounding, but not my circuitry works differently. The voltage in my system, the electrical circuits in my system run high. So that ground and that tree is only going to do a little bit to help me. I need water. I need movement when I'm grounding. That's why in the shower, I am putting pure tone hertz on, and I am like, wow. I'm going to a grounding gong bath, sound bath. Holy shit, it's an experience. And I need that stuff. Not every day. Grounding mats are great. These machines are great, but everybody's different and everybody's system responds differently to different grounding techniques. You got to find one that is working for you. And if it stops working, pivot and shift. Don't just give up because the ground and the trees are not doing it for you anymore. Not because they're not working, it's just because your body is shifting to a higher frequency, and the trees in the ground, as much as that feels great and it should help you, it might not be enough. It might not be enough. And I'm not saying that for me it isn't. For others it might be. You got to try and explore, and if you don't, you're not going to know the different modalities to ground your energy and to keep your circuits functioning. Your electrical nervous system functioning. Yeah, gas prices definitely suck. And that's why I have my own singing bowls in the house. I just got a crystal. Once again, I got some pretty good birthday gifts. I got a crystal triangle that is pretty good. I got tuning forks, inexpensive stuff that helps me. I have a copper pyramid I got for my birthday 2 years ago when I turned, well, three now that I turned 40. I got myself a copper pyramid to sit in, those big ones to sit in. I got to put it back up and figure it out. But um the healing beds, I have not tried a crystal healing bed yet, but I got a fuck ton of crystals in this house. I could probably make something myself. But again, whether you're poor or you have the funds, there are different methods that you could do free or with money to ground, and it doesn't need to cost you a damn thing. Oh, that would definitely find what I've heard of it too, and I don't know the name for it. And it's not popular yet. I know I've heard of something very similar, Elsa and Ray. If you find it, definitely let me know. We have the archetype of the medallion, the amulet, the talisman, the heirloom, the passing on of sacred objects, an ancient ritual within families. Between lovers and in tribes across the globe, we gift jewels, treasures, keepsakes, and mementos of all kinds, some of great material value, others that hold emotional resonance, and still others with both. Yet when these gifts are bestowed upon us, it is important to recognize that they may bind us to an unspoken agreement. or promise. When the medallion card appears, be aware of how the objects you hold dear may be embedded with unconscious energy or expectations. Materials hold consciousness, and it's time to reconcile the vibration of the objects around you. What do you covet and collect? Why? Is there an object you have held onto for years that you are ready to release? Perhaps it's time to reach for the medallion that aligns with your deepest values. Upholding tradition, protecting, and honoring. As some of us who have the mediumship ability, there are mediums out there that can touch a photo or an object to get energy readings off of. I know people like to antique and go out to shows and all kinds of stuff. I could tell you when I get my delivery of gems, I haven't bought gems in forever. But when I do to make my pyramids, I purify the shit out of all of them that come through my house. You don't know who is packing them, their vibrations. You don't know who sourced them in the first place. Then it's going through the mail, and you don't know what energies these things pick up. Now, if you are being passed down jewelry or, your father's watch, spirit can have an attachment to those things, unbeknownst to you. Clear the stuff that you get, whether it's new or ancient. Clear it. Put it in salt if it's not something that can be wet. Sage it. Palo Santo it. Put it out in the sun or the moonlight. You can collect a lot of energy off of things. And I'm not saying don't go antiquing and don't get things that you can repurpose and reuse. It's just clearing energy out of it. Wood holds energy. Everything holds energy, but at different capacities. Wood holds energy. Clear your shit. I mean, I know at this house, I do a monthly cleansing. I got to do one this weekend because obviously when the doorbell rings and there is not a damn person at your door, and you don't hear my doorbell going off now, and nothing touched the button. Yes, it's been shitty out and windy, but I haven't had my doorbell ring in forever, and all of a sudden it's ringing. Hi, demon. There's a lot of energy going through with so in Aries, we the Aries season, March and April, we had 7 planets moving really quickly forward with a lot of dynamic and very difficult energies. These are not the easy energies that, oh, we're going to manifest in a snap. No, 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 no. I don't think we can still manifest in a snap. Hang on. My toesies are getting cold. Sure. Can your manifestation go a little quicker? It depends how you're writing your subconscious. objects hold consciousness, especially jewelry. And jewelry, men can be passed down jewelry. I know I have a ton of my dad's jewelry still. And a lot of it I had to give to the pawn shop. And they melted it down and whatever have you, because I wasn't, affiliated with that stuff. I have antique stuff from my parents, but I was alive and I know where it's coming from. But I always sage my damn house. It's back there. Things I will never buy as an antique, and I don't antique. I have them, but I don't antique. And that's just passed down from my own family. I got jewelry. Not much anymore, but I do have a few pieces that my mom has given me, and her engagement ring is one of them. I will never take on another person's mirror. When I moved out of my house in New York, I took the mirrors down and I smashed the fuck out of them. I don't do the wise tales thing. Don't care. I'm what was in them were more dangerous than what was coming out of them. Oh, used beds, I would never do that either. I'm okay with clothes, vintage clothes. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with like furniture. But again, I have to sage everything. I have a whole ritual that I go through. When I got this house, black salted everything. Put gems in the ground. I did a lot. Yeah, I highly it's still cold up here. I usually like to open the windows when I'm saging. I don't have screens on my windows. Some of them don't have screens because my house is fucking ancient and a lot of my windows don't have it. But the windows that do have screens, I'm opening up and I like to sage and like get the energy to move in here. And that time is coming. Today in Northwest Indiana, it was freaking chilly. Chilly. Aletheia. Truth. Our soul recognizes the truth. When someone speaks it, a cool wave of relief washes over the room, and all the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of aletheia. It has an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize aletheia by its contagiousness. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are more likely to tell our own story. The aletheia card requires us to step toward an act of truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed, reclaiming our own truth in a way to reclaim your vital energy, health, and sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings. Set it free. Clarity, revelation, disclosure. What's going on collectively? This right here. It's coming out. It's coming out. It wants the world to know. Let it flow. That's smart, El Sunray. I actually make my own salts. So I have black salt, Himalayan rock salt, Dead Sea salt, regular salt. I infuse dragon's blood, the incense, frankincense and myrrh. That's also incense, and I crush the shit out of it. And then I make the mixture, and then I put it in the windowsills. I put it in my doorways. I put it on my land. I sprinkle and spray it everywhere. I do a lot of that once in a while. I have to make more, by the way. So you know Allison's crazy. The door that's down here that goes to the backyard, the lower deck, I have a table of gems. I have tourmaline, black tourmaline. I got obsidian and clear quartz and selenite. And then I'll hold my other gems. I have salt, selenite, and copper salt bowls. I have two salt bowls in my room down here. I also have a salt bowl when you come into my threshold. When you open up the door, you have to do a little zigzag. But I have a salt bowl right there, and then I have another one over here. So you coming in, shit ain't really getting through unless it's meant for me to learn from or clear it. So we have the mother. We're being birthed. Birthed. We're being birthed. Yes, I'm wearing a dress and it has pockets. We have the lovers. Love yourself. We're being rebirthed right now, and we have to come in to the residence of love, the frequency thereof. Well, you have fun, Charlene. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Why am I reading this way? So we have the mother. You are being birthed into this new world, this new change, this new paradigm. The liminal space is getting smaller and smaller, and you're coming out of the canal. Hi, fucking planet Earth. You're being rebirthed. You got to bring in the frequency of love. I know that's not exactly what the card means, but this is what upstairs is giving me. You got to come in with the frequency of love for all. And even if you don't love it, just love it from a distance. The medallion. So you are not looping back to a past, dead, done over timeline. Assess the things that you have that A, you no longer need, that keep bringing you back to trauma, that are holding expectations from a dead, done, past timeline. You're not entertaining no more. Grandma's tea set. You don't like it, get rid of it. I'm just using that as an example. These are the things you need to assess so you're not being pulled back into the static of the old self, of the old timeline. You're being birthed. Hi, hi world, hi, Phoenix rising. You're being birthed right now, and you got to come in with love frequency. Get rid of those things. Doesn't need to be a medallion. It could be a tradition. It could be something that's holding you back to a past timeline. What mommy told you to do 20 million years ago is not resonating with you no more. Why are you just carrying on a tradition you no longer need? Right? All this stuff is where we need to place our focus in for the changes coming to the exterior. We got to do it interiorly right now, inside of us. We got to get rid of these things that no longer serve our energy. People, places, and things are leaving. And if they come back, they better come back with a better frequency. Just saying. Because truth will set a lot of things free. Truth. And it's starting to happen. Just not maybe at our ego's quickness, but it's coming in. Hold the light. But be balanced with your shadow as well. Your biggest growth spurts happen in the darkness. And that's just in 3D liminal space. Linear time space. Yeah, Ashmai, absolutely. Oh, Sparky. I think right now with the energy coming in, we have a new moon incoming very soon. We got a rare blue moon coming at the end of the month. This like Aries and Taurus season is like heavy, fun-filled, packed bullshit. And I think the men are going through it a lot more intensely than the women. And the possibilities, potentialities of why that I could see from what I've been reading, what I've been pulling in, is that on a continuum, oh, it definitely does suck. On a time-based continuum, letting go of their own power, the masculine, the patriarch, this is the way I'm doing it and fuck you kind of stance that it's been taken for eons, is now dissolving. And a lot of them are having trouble energetically, mostly subconsciously, finding their place in the world, because they always had a place in the world. And even if I know I'm not speaking for every man out there, most of you are evolved and are shining bright. But for our 3D friends in non-expanded consciousness land, they're having a very difficult time with the information coming out externally to them, UFOs exist. Huh! Who knew? Um, things are being challenged because the feminine is coming in like fire. Fire horse energy. And they don't know how to respond, react, or take it in. They're lost. Ask why I couldn't say it any better. Um, and this is where the men have to step more into their masculinity to understand that's going to be okay. I think societal norms will shift very soon to where we are more, as a woman, accepting of a man's femininity and being soft. But yet at the same time, they're still showing up as men and not what society is showing you as the skewed opposite of what masculinity and femininity are. We need to have better representations of that in society, and we're not getting it right now. So it's kind of hard for men right now who are on the older scale, like, hey, I'm a millennial, I'm a zennial, I'm a Generation X guy, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do. There's a lot of confusion out there. A lot of it. Yes, Sparky. And a lot of men right now are, I know a few of them, they're stuck in 3D land, and when they, confront me, they don't understand. They don't have abstract thinking. They think I'm crazy. They think I'm not sound in mind, and now their reality is being shattered and they don't know where to even start. That's another dichotomy happening right now, concurrent to this confusion of energy. We're all going through the confusion. I think females have a better intuitive sense of how to alchemize it. Men are still like traversing this. Not all men. I'm not generalizing. I don't want anybody to take me wrong, because most of the men that are here tonight are elevated. Not message for you, but there are people that are still very stuck in liminal 3D thinking. Yeah, and I think a lot of men are starting to wake up, and that waking up is confusion because they don't know anymore how to go about showing up for themselves, let alone us. Yeah, a lot of men scoff at the spiritual. And I'm not saying that it's everything. I live in both, and analysis, logical, rational thinking, and the abstract. There's two extremes that I inhabit both. But I know when I go in to balance myself, what I could take to the spiritual level and what I have to leave in rational logic land. For sure. I'm more spiritual based than I am in the logical land. Yeah. Today, right now, currently, it's 59 degrees. It's going down into the 40s tonight. Miss Allison wants to plant. I'm getting my little planting bug seeds. I want to plant. I can't. Ash Maya, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think a lot of them, when they want to unload, it's in a very unhealthy manner. And I'm not saying we're perfect either. Me? Fuck no. It depends what version of me comes out. But on a whole, I've dealt with this half my life. Men don't know how to cushion. They bleh. And it goes back to inverted trauma they never healed. Old ways of being that never got healed. Trauma from their childhood that never been healed. And most of us are the recipients of their bullshit. And it's not, I'm not even negating their experience or their lived trauma, not at all. But the way they project their spew onto another person, it doesn't even need to be a female, it can be a male too, is unhealthy. I've in that wheelhouse all the time. But we love you guys. I love men. I'd be a female lover otherwise, but no, I'm straight as an arrow. Right. And a lot of men are confused on how to even go about doing that. I'm happy when guys can cry and they can cry right on my shoulder. We have to give them the space to do that for sure. And that's what, and Mars is a very true fact as well. Very true. Mm. I mean, there are going to be men that will never shut the fuck up. And that they will fight for the justice, but not all men. And what's really interesting that I'm seeing here in my area, um, especially in certain cultures, men are absent. So the little boys growing up don't have a masculine influence or a healthy masculine influence in their life to show them the way. A woman can only do so much for their child. Unless you're a very masculine woman, teaching a man, a boy, the way of the world, it has to come from a man's perspective. As much as there's one woman, single motherhood in the world, I wish there was more mentoring or adopting a kid, even if you're not married to the woman or you're just helping out your community. There needs to be strong men that could show these kids the way. And in a way that it will translate to a child's brain. There are a lot of men missing in the picture in America. It was designed that way. And we're looking at these men growing up very distorted, and I'm talking about the early kid, the kids that I'm seeing in my school now to the kids moving on forward. There's a lack of men in the home, and there's a lack of the fact that there's not enough parenting done at home because of the economy. Parents are taking 3 to 4 jobs just to put food on the table for their children. Schools are raising children. Schools don't have the best ideology. I know this. I worked in a school in New York. And there was ideology that my principal was very heavily against, but we had to at some point implement something. Thankfully, not as brainwashing, but not healthy either. Men need other men, just like women need other women. We need to be amongst our own, and we need to have to be mixed. I just feel that the imagery going out today, the societal norms that are out there, they're not healthy for either one of us, female or male. And we're here to change that. And it's up to you to role model what you want and how you want it to show up for you. Feel the power of your blood and your ancestors. You're not alone. But here's the thing. It's not to be what your ancestors were. It's to take the stick. You're running a marathon and you're taking that stick and pushing it through into the future. It's taking the good from what was and bringing it and redefining it in the future. Your ancestors hold a lot of wisdom and knowledge. You are your ancestors. You're pushing the baton forward. But we got to look back at the mistakes that they made so we don't repeat them on a whole. Leave your usual social circles behind. Seek out true companions. This is an energy that's in the astrology right now. You're finding your tribe. You're finding the people that at least will give you words, give you love. You don't have to agree with everything that people talk about, but you're finding the people that you can resonate enough with to have a good conversation with. The real love of your dragon, still sleeping, by the way, over there, reaches out to you. The realm of your truth is opening up. Anybody seeing their dragons lately? This badass bitch right here on the gong bath. I saw my dragons, some of them. Not I got a legion of them. I saw some of my dragons outside of the building circling and creating like a vortex. I saw it. I agree with that, Mars. That's pretty good. Follow the path of your soul. Don't allow anyone or anything to stop you. Don't let anybody, your children, your significant other, your past, your present, your family, your coworkers to stop you from your dreams, your desires. You came into this world and you're here to shape it. Damn Skippy. I love deer too. I had them over the winter. They were all over my property. A lot of deer tracks. And we're all expanding. We saw, when I go live, we're seeing more people joining us. We're seeing more people having the courage to step into the chat. Don't ever be afraid to step into the chat or if you're in the background, read the chat, because there's beautiful people in the chat that contribute to the message here. It's not just me. I'm a conduit, but so is everybody else in the chat. You guys are speaking truth, speaking good frequency, being respectful, and just giving the love vibe. And I can't thank you all enough for that. I think it's important that it's not just me contributing to the message. All of you are. All of you are. And I thank you for that. And it's okay if you're making dinner or cleaning the house and just listening. I know a lot of people do that. I'm on live for hours at points. I don't know how long I'm going tonight because I am very tired. This week has been crushing my soul. Crushing my soul. Even though today ended really well. Little Thor. Staff of the month. I'll be on live tomorrow with Buckshot, Arnie, Janine. What could go wrong? Beautiful energy. Beautiful energy. I found it. Hi, Barbara. How are you? We have the law of attraction. Relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of energies. That's hitting a lot of you and myself. Earth Angel, you are a light worker who has come to Earth to teach about love. All you need is love. Boop-a-doo-ba-doo-doo. All you need is Earth Angel. Hi, all you angels out there. So I'm not wrong in saying that you're the angels. Nope. Powerful power animal. Your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you and is helping you with the situation. Whatever your situation is, you're a power animal. Your totem animal. One of your animals could be a spirit guide to you. I know Odin is mine. Emotional sensitivity. Honor and respect your deep sensitivity, as it is a gift to us all. Vacuum away fear. Call upon Archangel Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, this situation, and everyone involved. What did we talk about earlier with salt and cleansing and Palo Sandoing and saging? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. My energy's on fire. Fire. But these cards don't want to go back in the box. I'm moving around because I really have to go potty. So I'm going to pull some of these cards. I'm going to use the potty after I pull. I had a long day. I had a long day. I had no sleep last night, guys. And it's Teacher Appreciation Week. The only thing I got appreciated with was my Staff of the Month, second year in a row. Woo woo! But there was some funky stuff going on this week, and I picked up coffee for me and my teacher today. So I try to keep myself awake all day. And being down a staff person, my other para was out, and it was just me doing every job. I'm usually the one pottying and running the lunch bag back and forth and pulling my resource kids in and then running around the building finding things, and I'm tired. I am. But this weekend, I will be with Arnie, Buckshot, and Janine. I'm not ending right now, but I'm going to go take a potty break. I have episode 2 ready to go of my spirituality, quantum mechanics paradigm. We will be learning about Enrico Fermi and some contributions of other physicists and how it connects spiritually, because I did not do that the first video. Now I made a connection. So that will be out. I'm also reading a new book, The Secret Doctrine of the Rosicrucians. Check that video out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. And I agree with Sparky right there. Control. I also expectations. Don't expect. Just vibe. Go with the flow. That every week on spiritual, my oracle card readings for the collective of the memberships, literally every week it's about, there's a flow in one of the reading in the cards. Go with the flow. Flow with life. Flow like the river. Flow. Because you never know where the current's going to take you. And if you expect it to go this way, it's going to go that way. Let go of the control. Give back and surrender to the universe. Best advice I can give you. Guys, I will be right back. I got to go potty. Like I talk to the children. I will be right back. Be right back. Woo! Be right back.
knows you think of that.
I'm back. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry that took forever. Can you guys hear that? It's still going. Still going. Still going. No. No, you can't hear it? God damn. I gotta figure it out. I do. Dinner has arrived. And my teeth are gonna come out. I want to see the comment. Okay, back to cards. Six of Pentacles. You have much balance in your life. You like to share your abundance, whether it is financial or emotional, with others. Helping others bring much pleasure. Eight of Cups. Now is the time to take a chance, let go, and make your dreams reality. Trust in you. The Empress. Connect with your soft side, your sensuality. Embrace your creativity and nurture your ideas and projects. Make it happen now. Knight of Swords. Take action. Finish what you start. Take on all challenges in your life head on right now. Here comes the sun. All you touch is golden. Great success, optimism, and everything generally working out as it should. New beginnings and a bright future are in store for you. Here comes the sun. Ace of Swords. That moment of truth feeling. The moment when all becomes clear. Be the positive change needed now by others. Queen of Cups. Compassion, intuitive, nurturing energy, empathic feelings, having you connect to your emotions. Be sure to have love for self. I am bummed you couldn't hear that. Bummed. bummed. That's the first thing I ate today. I didn't have lunch or breakfast. I never really eat on lives, but hungry. Tired and hungry. Not a good combo. How's everybody doing tonight? Go watch my Quantum AI Metaphysical Ponderings. The shit coming out right now. What? Crazy. Honey shrimp. Shrimpies. They're real good. So I have to go into Zoom and my computer. If I used an external, it's still like, as I have an external, I'm probably going to have to use it tomorrow. My microphone. It still cancels out stuff. I have to figure it out because that is a reverberation city and it's really good, but it's awesome. I also have chimes. I love my chimes. And I wanted to do meditations with them. But I might have to do it with my phone. And I although my phone holds a lot more storage, I don't know how that would translate. We'll get there. Detox your friendships. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you spend time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. Positivity, faith, and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities. You will, hang on, with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you're on. Keep the faith and keep going. Deservingness. You are a beloved child of God, like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life. Purpose. Even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels can see how amazing you truly are. Organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you. It is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next steps. Athena. It is safe for you to be powerful. You know how to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. Merlina. You are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. Archangel Raphael. I am helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You are a healer like me. I actually with the watch doodle seriously map out my sleep every night. I don't like to do that. I never had that. Yeah, sure. Uber Eats. Mm. It's saying that I got 6 hours and 50 minutes last night. I don't feel like I got that at all. Mm-mm. Xana, you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask to release and feel safe. Scott got the cutest little kittens ever. Hope Mama Cat's doing well. Oh, I love how my cards get mixed up in each other. We'll pull from there, but not yet. First quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. Full moon in Taurus. Aha! At the end of the month, and we just got one. We had one. Your dreams need a practical plan. What do you desire? How can you get from step A to step B? Not in fantasy land, but how can you make your dreams practical? I dipped my toes into the pool of doing something I never had thought I could do. I got a diploma in learning and development. New course. We got a lot of notes happening here. This was an instructional design, principles to create successful e-learning courses. Dipping my toes in. I'm taking what I want to do and putting practical steps to it so my dream can manifest. You got to put practical things into motion. We live in 3D. Action plus motion equals cause and effect. The law of attraction. You got to know how to put things into practice. E-learning. So like what I've been working on all week. Well, I'll give you guys a little dip into Allison's pool. Hang on. Hang on. Are you ready? Quantum Mechanics in the Spiritual Paradigm, Episode 2. How it came about. Key figures. Oh, look what I added. Max Planck's contribution to spirituality. Niels Bohr, and how his work contributed to spirituality. And Einstein, and Louise Brode, Werner Heisenberg. Oh, Schrodinger. Oh, John Archibald Wheeler, Max Born, Mr. Dirac, Wolfgang Paulys, John von Neumann's, Enrico Fermi, and Mr. Feynman himself. And then I think everybody and all the 4D members, look at you sexy people out there. You 4D members, you, all 4 of you, we love you. Uh-huh. I finished it. It took a lot of work. I did it. I finished. And that's only like episode 2. We're going to get into 3. By the way, hang on. Hang on. This will make somebody very proud in the chat. I just have to find it. Give me a second. Indiana is having what? Earthquakes. Woo. Ooh, not good. We've been having earthquakes, not up here, but central. Mm-hmm. Getting there. Getting there. We're getting there. We're getting, here I found it. Episode 3 is going to expand on the history with this. This is Quantum Cookie, but most famous physics photograph taken in 1927 featured 29 scientists, only one of whom was a woman. The Solvay conference in Brussels. Look at, oh, there she is. All the brilliant minds. And this is in 2017. Up the one man and all the women. You know, but we're going to go through this whole picture. We're going to get there. This is going to be episode 3. Yeah, that I shared that a long time ago. But in its coming, to understand what these guys necessarily discovered or expanded on is important for the spiritual community to understand. In a 3D linear sense, scientists are like, well, now it never paved the way for spirituality. And I get that. I understand that argument. The spiritual side, we're trying to use physics, quantum mechanics, to help shed light on experiences that we can't put words to, but quantum mechanics can. I'm not saying everything is exact or provable at this point, but even back then, a lot of stuff wasn't proved until like 100 years later. It was a postulate, it was a theory. And now things are getting proven, things are moving forward. So we got to understand that just because it's not there for us to have concrete evidence of doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just means the technology is not there yet for us to experiment on some of the things that we see, understand, and know. But quantum mechanics is giving us a beautiful dynamic in language to help us understand what we're talking about at levels that is invisible. And yes, sure, a mathematician's like, well, dimensions in the way you describe it is not the dimensions that I describe it in because I'm mathematically cool. Not saying you're wrong, but there might be more to your story that if you do the math in 4D might equate to 4D, not 3D. So yeah, that's the next one. Yeah, there's a lot more. I only chose like the foundational people that like gave us some structure, but there's a lot more I'm gonna add throughout the series. So like Kurt is definitely on there. And it needs to merge. It needs to merge, not because one's concrete and one isn't. It's all one. Interesting. Well, a lot of physicists and a lot of scientists don't even believe in the concept of 0 point, the God spark, the consciousness. Obviously, we have Bose-Einstein. Obviously, we have things that are now being discovered. They're lengthening the time of Schrodinger's cat, and that's just a thought experiment, but they're actually being able to test this stuff now in a lab where something was just a thought experiment and was proven mathematically, but not actual with an actual cat in a box with radiation. It's just a postulate. But now things are actually being tested. There's a lot of stuff that I talk about that's going on in the lab right now. It's just not out into the public because the results aren't in, or it takes a lot of time. If you listen to the Y Files guy, he interviewed he interviewed a guy that worked at CERN or is working at CERN and has a lot of things that he's also very much into philosophy and into different trains of thinking, not just one narrow-minded perception of reality. And he's also saying like So the physicists over here are telling you that doesn't exist, but yet CERN is telling you we had an experiment and now there's a parallel world that's observing us. Okay, so how is CERN telling us this? And I'm not a fan of CERN by any stretch of the imagination, but they're doing experiments and now these other physicists are like, eh. Okay, but there's a lot of crap that goes on behind the scenes in physics land and in chemistry and biology and all of that. These people are wanting their ego inflated by a Nobel laureate. They want their paper published, right? And there's a fighting match that goes on in the intellectual stream of thinking, and they're going to pose their paper to whom might give them that award. Does that make sense? Reality in different dimensions and in densities act and function differently. So in 3D, you could say that, but there's branching of reality in the many worlds interpretation. We're only experiencing one branching of a choice we made, where the other choice is being experienced in other places, and there is spiritual take back from that. Dolores Cannon talks about it. Bashar talks about it. And these are channeled people. She didn't channel shit. She put people in QHHT going back into their brain and going beyond. So, I mean, it helps us, the collapsing of wave functions helps us understand on a simplistic level manifestation. Um, just in spiritual terminology. Is it an actual thing? It could be a trap. I don't know. It is going to be flipping phenomenal, 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 fabulous, beautiful, extraordinary. Mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. Because we influence the energy to which we want to live. The story, the program, the experience. You have a million versions of you. You get to choose which one you want to enact in next. Full moon in Gemini. Ooh, Gemini is incoming. The answers you need are coming. A lot of crow talk last week when I did the collective. Crows came out in every damn deck that had an animal. Serious. Crows came out. I gotta change the hertz. Let's go to 30. I was at 28. That shit woke me up the other day. Now it's not doing so much. I'm okay. I'm an abstract. I am abstract. I'm okay with it. I'm fishing for cards. All right. Theme of the week, love, abundance, patience. Mhm. Yeah, I'm not a materialist. Um, why I enjoy listening to Bernardo Castro. He's an idolist, But he has there's another branching of philosophy that he describes that I'm more attuned to. I'm not necessarily all into determinism either, because we still have free will. I don't denounce free will, but it's a different, a skewed viewpoint, the way you have your free will. Like you chose your experience, you chose your contract, you chose a lot of things that are now playing out on the stage of God. Your choice to choose a different experience exists. You already chose the experience, but you get to choose which one you're going to experience. There's your choosing in your choice. You get to choose what polarity to play. I could be the evil, see you next Tuesday, or I could be an angel. I get to choose what dynamic I want to be. We get to choose those things. It's still a lived experience we're already living in a branching of reality. But you get to choose that. Already written for you. You got to merge with it. That's a choice you're making. When you transcend and you physically die, you get to choose what experience you want to have next once you heal. You get your life experience, you get your little review, you sit with all your camaraderie of your soul tribe, and you're like, well, do I want to be a light being? Do I want to be an alien? Do I want to be a plant? Do I want to come back to Earth and fix my karma? It's a choice you already made. And you can fractalize your soul to experience and be cognizant of your experience in multiple vehicles. You could do that too. There's an infinitude of choices. It's still an illusion in my eyes because you already wrote it. You just get to choose which one you get to experience next. It's your choice. Where you want to place your consciousness in. And this is just my Allison's depiction of reality. You don't have to subscribe to it. You don't have to believe in it. You don't have to heart align in it. Please know that. It's just my viewpoint of my lived experience and what I get channeled from upstairs. Again, take it or leave it. It's okay. Punchy. Ping. As I'm chewing my food. I'll be live tomorrow with the amazing Buckshot with Mr. Arnie on Janine's channel, Ripples of Waves. I will copy that and put it into the chat for all of you. We did not plan this for it was just, hey, what are you doing? I got a text message. Hey, Al, do you want to pull some cards with us? Sure. Hey, let's join in together and have we haven't been together in a while. So we're bringing back the trio tomorrow. Please go subscribe to Janine's channel, Ripples of Waves. We like supporting people that support us. And I look hilarious in AI. What is that? Manja? At least my earrings match. Yeah, so go check me out tomorrow. I will be there. New moon in Gemini. Think it through. My moon is in Gemini. New moon in Sag. Focus on the positive. We were talking about this earlier with all the nonsense going on. Full moon in Leo. Go wild in a respectful manner. I see what you're saying, Scott. Yes. First quarter moon in Capricorn. Unleash your kindest self. Be kind. Be respectable. It's importante. We have regret. Reflect on lessons from regret with forgiveness and growth. Each moment is a chance for a renewal. Don't regret shit. Just live life. Forgive, forget, release. Patience. Practice patience in times of uncertainty. It allows space for understanding and resolution. Abundance. Embrace abundance through gratitude and openness. Invite blessings and opportunities into your life. Love. Celebrate love in all its forms. It nurtures connections and brings joy to the heart. Intuition. Trust your gut instincts. They often lead to choices that align with your true self. Yes. Something rang my doorbell yesterday, and I screamed at the fucking air that whatever was trying to distort my shit, it was not welcomed in my house. Like I said, I have salt at all my thresholds. And I ring this big, beautiful triangle everywhere. It's beautiful. Okay, I don't have sound to this. So I've been working with AI. And this is a depiction of the merger of my higher self. Alchemizing doubt, distraction, mental noise, overthinking to clarity, focus, intuition, and confidence. Although that does not look like me. That's manas, I need degas. There we are. I found it. I'm going to find the one that I did for the thumbnail today. So I need to save it. AI likes to debate. I debate AI all the time because I'm like, oh, well, you just said this, and then you retracted your bullshit over here. Because it's distorted. They don't want you to know the truth from our level of perception. So it's just going to be a little wonky doodle until we fully shift into 4 in body and mind. Okay, Miss Allison is going to show you that I need to don't rinse it and your hair will grow nonstop. I need to do this, FYI. Bad. My hair is really bad. Really bad. I didn't realize I was still sharing, but that's all right. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. All right, there we are. I found it. The infinity mirror. If you sat in a cube with mirrors, look at all your other selves. It did not do what I needed it to do, or what I had at least in my head depicted, but it's pretty okay. A little too golden for my liking, but yep, I was playing. I mean, I like my profile pic a lot. I like this a lot. Although my eyes are on the browner side, my eyes are green. It does have a lot of brown in it, but I like it. We have Degas, daylight, dawn. Degas is the rune associated with the dawn and daylight and is therefore a symbol of new awareness and hope. To the ancient Norse peoples, each new dawn and the welcome light from the sun breaking through after nighttime uncertainty was a miracle. So when Degas appears in a reading, it tends to be a very good sign indeed. Success is on the cards. However, to ensure that the success materializes, it is important that you continue on a path of self-improvement and think and act positively. Hope is often a crucial ingredient for success in life. So if you are going through tough times, this card reminds you that darkness is always followed by the dawn and a new awakening. You need to have renewed faith in your ability to pull through. Another association with this card is personal transformation. It suggests that you are growing rapidly in self-awareness and having or are about to have a major breakthrough. Keeps. And this is all in the energies. There we are. Shrimpies. Oh, another card. I don't know if I could show this. It's definitely I'll be safe and not show you guys. Tantra of 639 hertz. Be open to that which seems unfamiliar or different. You will experience a breakthrough as you embrace an unusual approach. You are on a soul path of accelerated spiritual growth, which is swifter, but not always easier. You do not have to contrive your own happiness, but you can dip into the bliss within your body to lighten your mental state and remind yourself everything is working out beautifully. Tantra is the conscious, creative intermingling of the sacred masculine and sacred feminine energies that dwell within every human heart. When one chooses to honor the interplay of these sacred energies, we become able to engage with the mysteries of our life and respond creatively. Tantra is a refusal to turn away from your life experiences, even the painful ones, because you recognize that with wisdom, spiritual growth can emerge from all things. Tantra is the willingness of your heart to thoroughly embrace that which might be difficult or different to what we expect. And through such open-minded, open-hearted engagement, discover a capacity to love and become wise. I had a hair in my eyeball. That's fun. Tantra is the sacred relationship of spirit and the body, which creates the soul, with all its precious gifts of healing, creativity, love, and higher consciousness. This frequency enhances the capacity for consciousness and healing interaction between those who have been at odds. It is a loving cosmic bliss bomb, which breaks the toxic grip of ego and facilitates soulful connection and karmic healing. If you have been working through relationship issues, this oracle brings good news for healing and resolution. This frequency also clears and strengthens the energy flow through the inner systems of the body, promoting cellular renewal. The heart healing brought about by this frequency heightens our spiritual awareness so we can navigate in both our relationships and our environments with more discernment and skill. When we cannot control our environments, we can work to become masterful of our own energy. This oracle brings assurance. This frequency reestablishes our connection to the spiritual realms of love, light, and sacred healing beauty. It is a sublime frequency of ecstatic serenity. These beautiful energies can enter our field and create a movable spiritual feast, which will nourish, support, and protect and shelter us no matter the environment we may be moving through. The Oracle of Tantra of 639 hertz asks you to allow connection. Do not zone out and turn away from what is happening, even when it is painful. Be gentle with yourself. Be persistent on your path. If you cannot proceed along a certain course, find another way, and do not abandon your dreams. If you have been worrying about a situation, this oracle advises you are working your way through it. Whatever support you need shall be provided, and you are further along with your release. The highest divine outcome is already being woven through your soul and into your experience. Things may not go to plan, but they are still going to work out. Damn. Amazing. Amazing. I love when you guys sing in the chat. You go, Sparky, you. But I'm going to leave it here, guys. I'm going to finish eating, and I'm going to get an early night tonight. Don't forget that I will be live tomorrow. So please go check out Ripples of Waves. I left the link there, and I'll be in the link section after I'm done. Also, please ring the bell icon because I never know when I'm going live. I was going to go earlier and then little Thor shows up. Guys, once the summer hits, which is very soon, I stop work on the 30th. I know. One year already down. I will have a lot more time until I figure life out. So lives might change. So make sure you ring the bell icon. Channel members, you'll get your card reading at some point this weekend. I will be doing episode 2. And thanks to all the 4D members who gave me some really amazing feedback, and it's going to be amazing. I'm excited. But I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up in the chat, for contributing to the beautiful conversations, to helping others, even those in the background that might not be live or they're just. Thank you for participating and giving your thoughts, your opinions, your postulates, your theories. It's all needed and wanted. Even if it doesn't even match with mine, it doesn't matter. I'm just happy that you guys are contributing to the collective with love and respect. I hope everybody has a wonderful and blessed rest of your weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the mommies out there, whether you are a fur mommy like me or an actual mommy. Happy Mother's Day. Please make sure, no matter what your circumstances are, you are taking care of yourself in some beautiful way, whether it be doing your nails, freshening up the hair, eating really something that you want, having that piece of cake, whatever it is. Indulge because you are worthy and worth it. My Mother's Day gift was completed today by Little Thor. He came in. I didn't even have to chicken or batty today. What a crazy day. Sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within. Shelters. Be the lighthouse. Seed your truths. Light that path forward. Don't forget, if you are sick and tired of what's going on in your community, use your First Amendment right. And if the distortion of mafia, because I have the mafia in my town, if the mafia is gonna hold you back, we really need to step into our empowerment. Transmute the shit. Transmute your food. Put intentions into everything that you do positively. Feed your water, feed what you're putting in your system with love. I love you, food. Thank you for nourishing me. Thank you to the animal that sourced this. Thank you for your ascension. Whatever you want to say, there's no right or wrong. Please make sure that you are stepping into your empowerment. Empower yourself. You are worthy. Don't let anybody ever tell you you're not worthy. You have to tell yourself in the mirror. This is the time to grab your power. Grab those cojones and be the blazing badass that you are. Female or male. You got to empower yourself. This is the time. This is the energy. Follow through. And with that, guys, have a blessed and beautiful night wherever you are in the world. Thank you to your contributions, your love, your light. I will be live.